Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Bit of a weird intro that was, I know. But I noticed it when I was playing the game. I was like, hold on a minute. So I had to make an intro based on that, you know. So welcome back to Factorio. Making some progress, very fast. But this episode is going to go a lot slower because I didn't actually do any science this episode. I focused on all the side things, meaning solar panels and cliff explosives, just to help me. That's the side thing of the side thing. And finally we did accumulators, so pretty much we're just focusing on power at the minute, but a better way of doing it. So this is what I do this episode mainly. Took a while to do because of all the different things that you need to set up, you know what I mean, once we get there. But for now, let's just get into it, because sitting here and talk about it isn't going to do anything, Blade, so come on, hurry up. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do was solar panels. The audio is muted because I was on a voice chat with my friend. I might add some random clips here or there what we were talking about. Other than that, you're probably hearing some Factorio music in the background, so enjoy that. Personally picked by me. So yeah, for solar panels, as you can see, we need copper plates, steel and electronic circuits. So, moving on from that, I decided to make more electronic circuits, enough to fit two sides of a belt. Awesome. I honestly made way too much here. We really don't need this many, to be honest with you, but you never know what you might need an electronic circuit board for in the future. So that's what I'm doing now. I'll cut to when I've placed down everything, because I have to sit there and craft everything, so bye. Okay, so here I've just finished all the inputs. I've literally just followed it around in a big loop, trying to keep everything as close to each other as possible. Maybe that's not exactly a good plan, but I mean, screw it. This game's about doing whatever the hell you want, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'll place them all down. Now we're making two rows of green circuit boards, which is nice. Not quite sure what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, I was blocking off the thing because I kept on using up all the gears just for that, which is not exactly worth it. It's not exactly an issue, but I just don't like seeing it empty, you know. It's just unsettling for the amount of iron we're using for no reason. Anyway, so now that we've got that part done, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here. I'm sort of just running around for no reason. Bit weird. Anyway, so I'll cut forwards until I actually start working on the solar panels again. Bop. Okay, so here I've just split off the copper, one of the copper lines. We're not using too much copper, which is what I've realised. The only thing we're using them for really is a bit for red science and for the coils. That's the only thing we're using coppers for at the minute. It's really weird to think. Very weird. Anyway, so we'll just split off the copper, and now we're bringing it over to the right hand side. Luckily I started making steel last time, so I don't have to worry about that, because I thought ahead. And now we pretty much have all the three ingredients that we need, so I'm just going to bring them over there. So I'll cut to when that's done. You can see how I'm doing it. Nicely done, Blaze, good job. And you failed, good job. Okay, so here I realise that every single time I make a clip I go okay. I don't know if you've noticed, so I do apologise, but it's just how I do it. Anyway, so as you can tell, I have put down some solar panel making assemblers. Whoa, crazy man. Anyway, so this is pretty much all you need. You don't need to make loads of them. It is a little bit slow to make solar panels, but it's not like you constantly need them. It's more whenever you run out of power. So as long as you have, honestly, one would do, but I want to get them as soon as possible, so that's why I have 5. It's taking up a little bit of space, but I don't really mind. We've got a big enough map to deal with, so why not? So yeah, I had a bit of a problem with the pylons, as you can see, so I had to redo it all, but even so, I like to have the pylons all neat. It just pleases my brain. Sometimes I fail, hence like with the gear situation, but we ignore that. Sometimes you've got to leave your failures there, you know. So yeah, I'm just making solar panels now. It seems like that went really fast, but in reality, because of how tired I was on the day, because I literally came back from work and did this, It took quite a while. Plus, I was talking to people on my phone. It took way longer than it needed to, basically. So now that we're making solar panels, awesome. That is step one. Next, we need to make accumulators. Now, accumulators are how you keep the power at night time. The only issue is, my research in the top right was nowhere near close to unlocking the power of the accumulator, because I didn't have oil processing yet, I didn't have sulfur processing, I didn't have a lot of things really, and you need to go to sulfur, to sulfuric acid, to batteries, and then there's a few other things like, I can't remember, there's a few of them, so if you want to search that up in your own time, go ahead, but I'm not going to sit here for about 2 hours and watch for every single research that I did, because I do it in like half a second. I'll just pressing it, do whenever it's done, and it'll be so hard to find, it's just not worth my time. So I do apologise, but there you go, there's the accumulator, there's all the things that you need. That kind of came in time with what I just said, so thank you, past me, that's very nice of you. So yeah, this is the point where I realised, oh damn, I'm going to have to sit here for a while and wait. So I needed an engine for the fluids, and then pump jacks, you know, it just goes down and down. So if you just keep on going down that path towards the accumulator, you can help yourself in the future with power. It saves you making loads of boilers and creating more pollution, really. I mean, it's a shame you can't do this in real life. It'd be very nice, but what can you do? Anyway, moving on. Okay, so jumping forwards by about half an hour, I had to sort out some power problems, so I added a few more boilers and steam engines just for now, because even if I did add solar panels, my whole base would just crash at night because of no power, so, or at least very little power. Either way, it isn't good, so I'm still using steam engines for now. Later on in this video I do change over once I unlock the accumulators. Does take a little bit of time to research the things, so mainly just a waiting game and thinking about the future at this point. So saying about the future, right here I am making pipes at a unnecessary amount because I'm tired of sitting there and crafting pipes in my inventory. That was when I was doing the steam engines, but I actually realised later on in this video that it became very useful when I started doing oil processing. It was very, very useful for that, to be honest with you, so make sure you get some pipes on the go. If not, do it near the start of the game. It's always nice to have stuff in your inventory, or you can just pick it up instead of waiting for it to craft. It takes 0.0001 seconds to touch on a chest with pipes in it, and it also takes 0.0001 seconds to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Cheers. Anyway, so if you're enjoying this, please let me know. Talk to me in the comments. I'll talk to you back. Instant replies and that. So yeah, here I'm just making pipes after sorting out the power problems. So that's about it really. I also set up a new line. Actually, you see that underneath the two furnaces? That's just me marking out an area just in case I do need more steel being made, because you never know what you will need next. Just keeping space, keeping it organised in a way. It kind of gets a little bit out of hand later on, but for now it's okay. Alright, it is okay. So I'm just picking up loads of pipes just to use later, so good job. Moving on. Okay, so skipping on a little bit here, approximately by about 15 minutes. It was mainly just me doing nothing because I was talking to my friends on my phone. It's okay. Anyway, so moving on, I unlocked oil processing by this point, and as you can see right here, I'm sat on my phone messaging them, so yeah. Anyway, so in my hand, or on my cursor, you'll see a pump jack, okay? So these pump jacks, there we go, moving. These pump jacks are used on those little spots of oil on the floor. Believe it or not, yes, that is an oil spurt. Apparently that's what it looks like. I mean, I wouldn't know, because I don't know what it looks like in real life. But anyway, so these are pump jacks. They take oil out of the ground. Each little spot has a percentage yield. I don't quite know what that means, to be honest with you. I guess the higher the percentage, more oil you can get out of it. Either way, I don't really pay attention to that because I've never got further enough to run out of an oil spot. Plus all my resources are on the richest possible, so yeah, I shouldn't be too worried about it. I mean, if it does run out, I'm pretty sure we'll be futuristic enough in the future just to easily sort it, so I wouldn't even worry. Other than that, we're on about now, not the later Blaze. Also, I unlocked bigger pylons, as you know, but I never showed off these big pylons. These are like the ones that you see go across the country in like giant wires. But that's this game's version. So as you can see there, that is a cliff. This is why I wanted to make explosives, because cliffs are one of the most annoying things. Because the only way to go through them, alright, is by walking around them. But if you want to build either through them or past them, you have to use underground things, and it's kind of annoying if you want to build stuff, to be honest with you, because you want it to be nice and flat. You want it to be nice and flat. You can't have a solar panel field on half a cliff. You know what I mean? It just don't make sense. It just don't make sense. Either way, we're not using solar panels, but you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so moving on. Unlocked oil processing, and I'm just throwing a few pump jacks down just to prepare for the future, because I haven't unlocked it yet. But you know what I'm trying to do. So pump jacks are down. How about we actually use the oil that we're pumping up then, eh? As I sit there on my phone, you silly boy. Okay, so day 2 of after coming back from work, because day 1 was completely unproductive, to be honest with you. Okay, so moving on. This is where we actually basically do part of the episode. Making solar panels was fairly easy. I did that fairly quickly, but for most of yesterday I spent an hour basically doing nothing. Bit of a waste of time, but you know, whatever. So moving on, I wanted to get straight onto accumulators. I knew what to do this time. And also, on your screen right now, you will see a screenshot of what I have to do. Okay, so this is my editing software. Everything that you've just you've just watched is on the left hand side. This second video is what I have to go through. So please, do us a favour and please hit the like button, because I have to watch all this. You are watching the edited version, alright? I have to find out what to put in the video. You know what I mean? Just please. Thank you. So the next thing that I did was I created grenades to destroy trees, as you're currently watching. Much better than cut them down by hand. Because one, I don't get resources filling in my inventory that I don't need. And secondly, grenades. So after killing 400 pigeons and 50,000 squirrels, I decided to place down approximately about 15 oil refineries, because that's the only valid human thing to do after killing so many animals in a given time. It's almost like genocide, where, you know, you can just go along with it. I then chose every single one to make petroleum gas, because once again, it's only the best thing to do if you're a human. It's only the best thing. Okay, so after making all of the petroleum gas oil refineries, I then decided to make sulfur, and sulfur is used for a lot of things. One of them being blue science, I believe, for the red circuits. But either way, I'm not doing it for that just yet. I am doing it for sulfuric acid, so I could make batteries for the accumulators. So you can see how it's getting a little bit more technical now. It should make sense now that I've told you what I'm doing. It's not nothing too crazy. It's a little bit more confusing than like the red times, let's be honest with you, but I mean, it all makes sense if you think about it in steps. You need oil to get petroleum gas, and then petroleum gas to make sulfuric acid. Don't know how that works, but allow it. Sorry, to make sulfur, and then to sulfur to make sulfuric acid, and then you combine basic ingredients with the sulfuric acid to make a battery, and then you're sorted really. And also you need sulfur for bombs. So, you know, but very simple if you think about it like that. Anyway, so I'm going to skip forward until when it's done. Bop. Okay, so here you can see me fail a little bit. So the petroleum gas is meant to go in one side and water is meant to go into the other. But if you combine the pipes, the water will just flow. And then if you try and combine the petroleum gas and water pipes, it just says like a thing will pop up saying cannot connect due to different liquids or different whatever. So yeah, be mindful of that. Make sure you use underground pipes to make sure stuff don't get cluttered. And yeah, just do what I'm doing. Very, very simple. Follow what you're doing on the water, but in the opposite way. Connect to petroleum gas, and then boom, you're making sulfur before you even know it. Okay, sorry about the mic issue there. Basically, I unplugged it from my computer because it needed charging, and I turned off the fan next to me. I don't know why it was making a sound, so I do apologise. So here, I've skipped forward a little bit. We're making sulfur now, which is nice and lovely. And we're turning it into sulfuric acid, and to do that, I believe you need iron plates, water, and sulfur. So I put iron and sulfur onto one belt, obviously split it off, and then I put it straight into the thing, and then boom, we're making sulfuric acid. So, woohoo! Let me just skip forward again, so I don't waste time. Okay, so now that we're making hydrochloric acid, I keep saying hydrochloric, it's like the third times I've had to delete an audio file. Anyway, we're making sulfuric acid, so now I want to make batteries, as I put on the screen just there. I need iron plates, copper, and the item I just created, because I tend to fail at saying a name 50 times over. Anyway, so, copper and iron, simple. Don't need a lot of it, because it takes so long to make a battery, so don't even worry about ratios here. Not going to use crazy amounts unless you have 50 assemblers for it. So yeah, skip forwards please. So skipping forwards a little bit in a little bit of time, I made a smiley face with some lights, and it seemed to make a perfect circle of light, which I found a bit weird, but I found it funny. So now we have a happy face, and we also have batteries on the go. I kind of just threw loads of belts down, as you can tell. Not the neatest it could probably be, but yeah, also that's the thumbnail, so you're welcome. Anyway, so yeah, we're making batteries now, and I've already put down the accumulator thing. So accumulators just need, I think it's iron and batteries. Literally just that. Makes sense, really. I think it needs 5 or 10 batteries per one, and just one bit of iron, I believe. I forgot. So anyway, so the next thing I wanted to do was cliff explosives. So now that we're making accumulators, and now that we've got solar panels automated, we basically have infinite power as long as I put it down, to be fair. The only issue is with solar panels, it takes up so much space, but it's okay, so I can put wires on the other side of the planet and it would still work. So anyway, this is where I'm going to start making cliff explosives, because cliffs are going to become a problem as they start to expand a bit more. Because if you look on the map, you will see a lot of like cream coloured lines. That means a cliff. Yeah, there's quite a lot near me, so it's a bit of an issue for now. Wasn't an issue when I started, because obviously I'm not that big of a base. But anyway, so explosives need, I think it's coal, maybe iron and sulfur. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So we'll skip forwards until I've done the explosives, because there's explosives and then there's cliff explosives, which is a different thing, so hold tight. Okay, so the explosives are now done. I don't know why I'm zoomed out. There we go. So it turns out explosive needs water, I guess. I thought it was iron, but no. I guess it needs sulfur, coal, and water, because that makes sense, I guess. 'cause apparently water and sulfur go boom. Maybe. Anyway, so now that we've got explosives, we can start focusing on cliff explosives. And here I'm just trying to empty my inventory because I'm tired of having it filled with random items I hardly need or can craft with. I mean, given like half my inventory is solar panels at the minute because I'm waiting for accumulators to be made, but either way, don't matter, I'm doing it later, so blah, 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 blah. For the cliff explosives, I need steel barrels, so putting it right next to the steel, splitting it off, and bada bing, bada boom, we're gonna be happier than the moon. Oh. Yeah, we're making steel barrels, so jump cut. Okay, so skipping forwards about 10 minutes, I next needed grenades. So grenades I need actually for black science as well, coming soon. I need a few other things for black science, so not doing that just yet. But yeah, I'm just doing the grenades for now because I need 1 for black science and 2 for cliff explosives. And cliff explosives are technically a side product. I'm not always going to need them, so I'm not constantly using the grenades. If I did, I would need a lot more grenades in this because it takes 8 seconds to make 1 of them. It'll be a little bit faster if I had faster, what do you call it, assemblers. But I do actually have them unlocked at this point. But you know, it's fine for now. I mean, in the future maybe. And also later on in this episode, we actually run out of coal from the amount that we're using, as you can tell. Look, because I think it takes 5 or 10 coal per grenade. It's a bit crazy. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So I'm just splitting them off, and then we're going to take them down to our cliff explosive makers. Okay, so now that we are making cliff explosives and we have the coal situation sorted out, we can finally move on with the game, which I'm sadly gonna have to say is next episode. But there's still a little bit more to do in this episode. You'll see that very soon, clearly by the time of the video, and blah blah blah. But you know, we are like 24 and nearly 3/4 of the way minutes. I said that all wrong, but you know what I'm saying. We're coming towards the end of the video, effectively, but this is what cliff explosives do. Very satisfying to do. You sort of have to find the middle point for the most effective use. If you use it all at one end, then you use them more per thing. But there's a chance you can miss if you use it at the middles, like that. That was good timing. Yeah, very satisfying to use, just getting rid of entire cliffs. Once again, phenomenal for the environment. But we don't care about that, clearly. Anyway, so skip forward until when we are using solar panels. Sorry, I just got mesmerised by the cliff explosives there. Yeah, it doesn't work on the floor. Okay, so what you're seeing now is a quick little time lapse of me placing down all the solar panels. Kind of satisfying to do, but it takes longer than it needs to because of my walk speed, but it is what it is really, so don't worry, it's sped it up for you. Nice little satisfying moment. So yeah, this is pretty much the last thing that I do of the episode, so next time we'll be looking at black science and seeing what else we can research, because I haven't actually done too many of them. I've only done what I've needed and a few random things like gun damage, even though I don't ever shoot anything. Anyway, so I'm going to leave you with this little time lapse. Enjoy and wait for the outro, because the outros are very cool. Thank you. Goodbye. So that's going to do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, let me know. If you did, let me know. Either way, like the video, because these videos take a lot of my time, and considering that I'm a guy who works quite a lot, it is pretty much just my spare time at this point. So thank you for watching. Take care. And enjoy the rest of your day.